A very good morning to all the participants. Whether my screen is visible? Yes, ma'am. Hello. Whether my voice is clear?
Yes, sir. It is audible.
Okay. So before going to the session, which is scheduled at 10:30 a.m., uh, I would be briefly introducing all the things which have or up till now which has been completed. So, Siagat Institute of Technology, Lonavala campus, Career Counseling Center and Department of ENTC presents 1 week SPPU Honors Degree Subject Orientation Program, which has started from 5th of July and it will be completing today at 9th of July 2021. And every day the sessions are from morning 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. And in the start, that is at 5th of July, we started with artificial intelligence and machine learning. By expert talks were given by Professor M.S. Raut and Professor V.S. Baste ma'am, along with the two students. Then on 6th of July, we had the session on data sciences. The speakers were Professor D.N. Duche and Professor D.B. Patil sir. On the third day, that is 7th of July, we had cyber security honors course, which was given by Professor S.K. More madam and her team. And on yesterday, 8th of July, we had Internet of Things given by Professor D.K. Shende madam. Today, we have another speaker who has a lot of experience in this field, Professor S.S. Patil madam, she will be giving the insights regarding the virtual reality and augmented reality to all the students. So it's my privilege to welcome uh, S.S. Patil madam for today's session. Talking about Professor S.S. Patil madam, Sulakshana Patil madam, she is pursuing her PhD at Aarhus University, Wireless Communication. She has a total experience of 25 years in teaching and 6 years parallel. She has worked in industry also. Talking about the research publication, she has 13 international journals, 9 international conferences, and 14 international journals again. So total, the number is very big, and a lot of research work has been done by Professor S.S. Patil madam. She is also a reviewer for WTC, Stringer, and IEEE. She is also a resource person. She delivered 16 expert lectures in the field of communication engineering conducted at different colleges in Pune University. She is also a session chair in International Conference EPGCon and Global Wireless Summit. She has guided more than 17 UG candidates and 6 postgraduate candidates. So talking about again, Madam is also handling a Vodafone Club at ENTC department in SIT Lonavala, and many more things are also been handled, such as STP student training program for the all the Siagat Institute of Technology, and she has also been taking part in Tectonic event which is conducted every year. So we have a very good experienced faculty with us. So I welcome Professor S.S. Patil madam to please accept this virtual bouquet as a token of love from all STS Family and Career Counseling Center.
Yes.
S.S.
Okay.
Patil madam.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the brief introduction.
Yes, thank you, madam.
Yes.
Now I request Madam Professor S.S. Patil madam to please continue and give the insights regarding virtual reality and augmented reality to the students. Over to you, madam.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Just I will share my presentation. The presentation is visible to all?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is visible.
Yes. Okay. Thank you and very warm welcome to the world of virtual and augmented reality. I, Ms. Sulakshana Patil, would like to give thanks to the organizing committee and the STS for giving opportunity to talk about the AR and VR. Okay, so thank you very much, sir, for the invitation. The way we are saying the augmented and the virtual reality. in the technology, if I understand the meaning of words, then I can understand the technology. Okay. So if we consider the need of the subject, then we will come to know why we have to study the subject, what are the applications of the subject, and then we'll go in the content of the subject. So if we are considering the virtual reality and augmented reality, you people are ready to listen? Okay, this is the virtual class, so I could not get the quick reply, but in Marathi we are having the phrase "Mukasammati haच होकार." So we can say with the silence, you people are ready to listen about the AR and VR. Okay. In the presentation, we'll see what is the virtual reality and augmented reality. We'll see what is the difference between it. Then we'll see what is the future of virtual and augmented reality. Then we'll discuss few examples based on this technology. Those are available in market, and then we'll actually see the content of the syllabus that will include the AR and VR. It's much easier to work with the augmented and virtual reality than you think. Okay, for both the subjects, your thinking and imagination, creative imagination is the limitation. That's it. Few reviews we will take. What are the comments people have given about the AR and VR? Okay, the first comment is by 2020, 50% of the global 2K will see the majority of their businesses dependent on their ability to create digitally enhanced products, services, and experiences. And 88% of the mid-market companies, firms with the annual revenue of between $100 million to $1 billion are already using some form of virtual and augmented reality as a part of their business. This picture is very well known among the youngsters, Pokemon Go. Yes. So from this picture, we can observe we are catching the digital object in the real world. Okay. So Pokemon Go is the best example of augmented reality, but we can say augmented reality is not restricted for the gaming purpose only. It has used in some advanced applications also. If we see the revenue generation in the market with AR and VR, the graph is increasing day by day. That means the subject is having the huge potential, and you can limit the potential by your thinking ability only. That's it. And we know there is no any limitation for the thinking, so there is no any limitation for the AR and VR. Okay. So the one more quote we are having, that is investment interest in the VR and AR remains strong. Billions of dollars are being poured into the funding rounds, mergers and acquisitions, some of which is coming from the media companies also. Okay. Then we'll see what is actually the AR and VR is. Okay. So if we are considering the reality, then we know it is the existing world. If I'm considering the virtual reality, then we can say that is different from the existing world. And if I'm saying augmented, that means we are using superimposition of the computer generated images. Okay. So if I define the augmented reality, then we can say it is a technology that superimposes a computer generated image on a user's view of the real world, thus providing a composite view. Okay. On other words, we can say it is a combination of real sense viewed by the user and virtual sense generated by the computer that augments with additional information. Just like we have seen the example of Pokemon Go. Okay. In the real world, we are getting the Pokemon and we have to catch it with our digital device. Okay. If I see the few advantages of the augmented reality, then we can say we are having the better learning experience. It is used in gaming as well as tourism. The information about the surrounding world becomes the interactive. More information is added to the real world. Now here you can see we are having in the background, we are having the cricket sort of game, or football, I think. Football ka court is there. And in the mobile, we are watching something. Okay. So here in the augmented reality, if I see the example how we can implement, The simple example I can give, if we are having the football court, okay, and if I put my camera or my camera captures the football club, football court, then it will play the game, football game. Okay, for that, what I have to do, I have to write a program in which I'm capturing the image of the football court. And as soon as I capture the image, I have to play the video of football match. Okay, so if I'm taking the image of the court and I'm observing that the match has been played. Okay, that is how the augmented realities work. What are the disadvantages of the augmented reality? The system is a bit expensive, having the lack of privacy. With every digitization, we are losing the privacy. Then it is difficult to maintain the augmented reality systems, and people become uh, over reliant on the system. Okay, if I consider the virtual reality, then we can say virtual reality is artificial environment that is created with the software and presented to the user in such a way that the user suspends belief and accepts it as a real environment. Here, virtual images found by the system is not augmented with the real world. That means whenever I'm dealing with the virtual reality, I'm taking myself to the different world. Okay, so how it is used, we'll see it with few examples. First, we'll see what are the advantages and disadvantages of the virtual reality. If I consider the advantages, then we can consider the experiencing things that are different from the real world. It is used in education. It is used for the entertainment, that is in 3D movies. Now, if I consider the example of the VR, then we can take that movie. Any 3D movie we can consider. Like wo Chota Chetan wala ek movie we have seen. Then Dinosaur in the recent time we have seen. Okay. Then we can see what are the disadvantages of the real world. The system is expensive. It leads to side effects like disorientation, dizziness, nausea, or we can say we are getting addicted with, or we are having the disengagement with the real world. Okay. So if I consider few examples for the augmented and virtual reality, then we can say the first example we have seen, that is the Pokemon Go. Okay. Then frequently we are working with the Snapchat whenever we are taking the new smartphone. Okay, so what we are doing in the Snapchat, how it will work? It will detect the face and it will apply the different filters, like we are putting the nose, we are putting ear on the face. Okay, so if we are considering the snapshot, then we are measuring the distance of the image, and then based on the distance, we are applying the different filters so that we can create the different images. Okay. Then we are having the few devices which has been generated for the virtual and augmented reality. If I consider the Google augmented reality, with search the plane and then can mount the object, we can use it in the mobile also. Okay, now if it is used by the different companies for the virtual reality, then we can say we are having the Google glasses or cardboard glasses, where we can put our mobile in those cardboard glasses. Then that mobile is divided into two lenses. These two lenses are getting shifted slightly, so that whenever I'm observing the virtual reality, then by putting those glasses, if I move my head, then I can see the whole scenario is moving. Okay, so we can see the 3D virtual tools, or we can observe the 360-degree videos. Okay, then we are having the another device for the virtual reality is provided by the Samsung Galaxy, that is the Gear VR. Then by the Sony, we are having the Morphos, and by HTC, we are having the Vibe. We are using the different headset. These are or the types of headsets. If I'm considering the virtual reality, then I have to wear the headset. If I consider the first image, then we can say this is the example of virtual reality where I'm using the headset. That means I'm getting detached from the real world by covering the ears and the eyes. Okay, I'm going into the virtual world. I'm entering into the different world. But if I'm considering the augmented reality, the second image, it will show the example of augmented reality, where we can see in the real world, we are mounting the digital objects and we are. Now here, if I consider the basic difference between the virtual reality and augmented reality, then we can say in the virtual reality, the computer generated simulation of three-dimensional images or environment that can be interacted within seemingly real and physical way by a person using special electronic equipment such as helmet with the screen inside or gloves fitted with the sensors. And if I see the augmented reality, then we can say it is the technology that superimposes a computer generated image on users view of the real world, thus providing a composite view. Now when we consider the AR and VR, many people they are thinking it is used for the gaming purpose only or for the entertainment purpose we are using it, but it is not true. We are using VR with the more technology. In the fighter jet, the AR is mostly used. Here, if we are considering the fighter jet, then we have designed the helmet, which cost is around 400 billion. Okay, and that helmet is connected with the 360-degree moving camera. If the pilot is in the plane and if he want to move down, okay, if he want to move down, then he could not see from the cabinet what are the objects coming from the bottom side. So what it has to do, it has to tilt the flight and then it has to see. But with the help of augmented reality, with the helmet with the augmented reality, if he shift his head down, then the camera will come to know the head is tilting down. So it will cover the bottom area with the capturing image and it will directly shown on the helmet. So the pilot without tilting the plane can get what is at the bottom of the plane and then he can take the decision. Likewise, in the medical field also, we are using the augmented reality. If suppose in operation theater, one of the doctor is working, so what he has to do, it has to observe many screens simultaneously when he's doing the surgery. So he has to check the pulse rate, he has to check the heartbeat, everything he has to monitor. So while doing the surgery, if just he take a look at the screen and then doing the surgery, then he will get all the data on the screen, on whatever he is wearing on that screen, he will get that data. Okay, that are the examples of augmented reality. I think I'm much clear about make you clear about the difference between the virtual reality and augmented reality. Yes. So if we see the contents of the augmented and virtual reality for the syllabus, we are taking it as an honor course. Okay. I know this is the last session of the STTP, so it is difficult to bring the interest of the students. But if you are having some imagination power, then this is the best subject I can say we are having that will help us in getting the honor degree as well as in earning the respect in both cases, in the society as well as in the financial matters. Okay, so this is the 4 semester syllabus we are having. It carries the 20 credits. Total credits in 4 semester is 20. Okay. Now, if I consider the first semester, that is the fifth semester, which is the first semester of this syllabus, then in fifth semester, we'll study what is the virtual reality. That means here we are saying we are going in the different world. So if we see the course objectives, why we designed the subject, then we can say this course is designed to get the historical and modern overviews and perspectives on the virtual reality. It describes the fundamentals of sensation, perception, technical and engineering aspects of the virtual reality system. If we consider the outcomes after studying the subject, what the student should get. Okay, so we can say it will the student should be able to describe how virtual reality system works and list the applications of VR. He will understand the design and implementation of the hardware that enables the virtual reality system to be built. Then the students can understand the system of human vision and its implication on perception of re-rendering. Then the students will explain the concepts of motion and tracking in VR systems. The students will describe the importance of interaction and audio in the virtual reality systems. Then these are the contents we are having for the virtual reality. Just I will tell the name of the unit so that we can get the idea of what we are studying in it. The first unit is Introduction to Virtual Reality. Second is representing and rendering the virtual world. Third unit is the geometry of virtual world and the physiology of human vision. And fourth is visual perception and re-rendering. Then fifth one is motion and tracking. And last one is the interaction and audio. Okay. Now these are the contents of the virtual reality. It will cover all the basics and it will give the insight how we can implement it. Okay. Then we are having the virtual reality laboratory for 50 marks. Then the objective of this laboratory is to explore the concept of virtual reality and develop 3D virtual environment. After doing the laboratory, the students will be in position to create and deploy a VR application. They can understand the physical principle of the virtual reality. They can create a comfortable high performance VR application using Unity. Unity is the software through which we can implement the VR. Then with the virtual reality laboratory, we can identify, examine and develop software that reflects the fundamental techniques for the design and deployment of the virtual reality experiments. And these are the few experiments which we are conducting in the laboratory. Then we are having the next semester topic, that is augmented reality. We know we are mounting the digital object in the real one. So objective of the augmented reality is with this course, we can learn the foundation to the fast growing field of the AR and make the students aware of the various AR devices. If I see the relationship between the AR and VR, then we can say the advancement of the VR is nothing but AR. Okay. Then after learning this course, the students will be able to describe how AR systems work and list the applications of AR. They can understand and analyze the hardware requirement of AR. They can use the computer vision concept of AR and describe the AR techniques. They analyze and understand the working of various state of art of the AR devices. Then they acquire the knowledge of mixed reality. After learning the AR and VR, we have to deal with the MR, that is mixed reality. Okay. Then these are the course contents of the AR, in which we will consider the introduction of augmented reality hardware, then computer vision for augmented reality and AR software. And we'll see the AR techniques, how the marker based and markerless tracking we can do. Then the next is AR device and components, and last one is the beyond AR. That means we are dealing with the MR. Then in the 7th semester, we have to see the virtual reality for game development. That means actually we are designing the application. And this course will help students learn the basic principle of virtual reality applications and get them to know how games differ from the desktop application. The computer background student, they can easily understand it, but for the other students from other branches of the engineering, they have to learn and they will came to know how it is different from the desktop application in the 7th semester. Then it will help students build various types of VR experiences and use Unity to develop VR applications. Then after learning this subject, will came to know that is how we can learn about the technology and psychology of VR and differentiate between VR and AR systems. We can understand the concept of content creation, interaction, and iterative design. And we can create the 3D sense with Unity and experiment with various user interfaces, interface technique that are used in VR applications. And we can create 2D game in Unity. We can understand the effect of VR systems on the health of individuals. Then the course outline for the 7th semester is virtual reality in a nutshell. Then content creation and interaction. Third one is interactive design. Fourth one is game development in Unity. Then we are having the game development Unity part 1, part 2. Then we are having the adverse health effect. Okay. So we have to implement the application both in gaming as well as in the healthcare. Then in the laboratory, we have to study this subject to explore the concept of virtual reality and develop game using the Unity. After doing the lab, you will be confident to create the 3D scenes with the Unity and experiment with various user interface techniques that are used in VR applications. We can create the 2D game in Unity, and we can choose, develop, explain, and defend the use of particular design for the VR experiences. Okay. These are the few experiments we are going to cover in the 7th semester. Then in the 8th semester, we are having the application development using the augmented reality and virtual reality. So we have to design the application for the market. After learning this course, you can be in position to compare and contrast the AR and VR experiences. Then we can demonstrate and develop the VR apps in Unity as well as AR apps in the Unity. Then we can acquire the knowledge in VR and AR technologies in terms of used devices, building of virtual environment, and modalities of interaction and modeling. Then the last is we can acquire the knowledge about applications of VR and AR technologies in medicine, education, cultural heritage, and games. Okay. So if I see the 8th semester syllabus and these are the contents of the 8th semester syllabus, in which we'll have the introduction to AR and VR, then VR application development with Unity, then AR application development with Unity, then programming languages for AR and VR applications. Then we are working with the AR and VR devices, and last one is use cases for AR and VR in single application. Here we have seen we are starting how we are defining the AR and VR. Then we have seen the few applications. Then we have seen in existence what are the applications we are using. Then we have seen what is the future of the AR and VR. Okay, how it is used in the market. And if I want to design the application in market, then what I have to study in the 4 semesters that we have seen in detail. Okay. Now, in the last semester, in the 8th semester, you have to deliver a seminar. So, in the why we are delivering the seminar? What is the object effective to deliver the seminar because it will help the students to train. They can do, can identify and study important topics. We can develop the skills among the students to study and keep themselves up to date of the technological developments taking place in the computer science, to explore the student to the world of research, technology and innovation. And if I see the course outcomes, then we can say we train the students to independently search, identify and study important topics in the computer science, to develop skill among the students to study and keep themselves up to date of the technological development.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
madam. I will be in a meeting now at 11 p.m. So if
Okay.
by chance if your contents are being over, please end of the session.
Okay. Okay. No problem, sir. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we'll be continuing to explore the students to the world of research, technology, and innovation. So at the end of 8th semester, we should be in position to design the applications which we can float in the market. Okay, so these are the few contents from my side. Now my two students are there. Mr. Manoj and Mr. Srinivas. Okay, so they would like to share their experience. So Srinivas, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Srinivas, would you like to share your experience?
Ma'am, I think Manoj would start it and then I will.
Okay, okay, no problem. Manoj, welcome to the session
Yes, ma'am.
and share your experience with the audience.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
So, good morning, everyone. I guess you guys might be bored a bit because it's an online thing, na? We are most probably used to the basic face-to-face learning experience, and I guess that's what we are missing in nowadays. So, by this AR/VR, we can also get into that field, like in educational use, which we are going to implement in our final year project. And also about the teaching, it's great to learn something new. And as it's a growing industry, AR and VR, it will more probably be well known in a few years, because it's very well known in gaming, but in other industries like education and medical, it's still growing. So there's a very large scope. And as ma'am said, and she showed you the graph of the income, there's a lot scope as per me. And Srinivas, would you continue?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
yes, Srinivas, you're audible.
I will share a window. Is the presentation visible?
Yes.
Okay. Virtual reality. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Srinivas, you
Yes.
can
Okay.
continue.
I'm audible. Hello. My name is Srinivas from third year IT department, SIT, and I'm here to share my experience on virtual reality. First, we will start with what virtual reality is. By definition, virtual reality refers to a computer-generated simulation in which a person can interact within an artificial three-dimensional environment using electronic devices such as special goggles, with a screen or gloves fitted within the sensors. But what it really means is fooling an organism. Partially, but yes, that is called fooling because VR creates an illusion that is around the organism and changes its perception. Perception in Marathi is known as drishtikon, and it changes the point of view actually, so that the person or the organism thinks that the events occurring in the environment are actually happening in real life as well. And it can be actually made more concrete by the use of neurobiology, as it is as VR directly affects your brain. It affects your imagination of what you can think and do. There are previous past experiences that you had in your life. For example, traveling through a boat or riding a bicycle, you can actually experience that with VR by not even moving. That is what it does, and actually fools your brain to believing something that which is not real actually there. Next, these are some gadgets that you can use while using a VR. All of these devices must use a screen which can be your phone. You just actually fit into it, and the cheapest of all the options, you can see the Google Cardboard, you can see, which is actually the cheapest option that is available in the market. And we are going to make a project which will include use of this type of tools. Let we move on to the applications of VR. There are wide range of applications as per me for VR, but I am going to only cover only 4 of them today: virtual reality in military, healthcare, education, and entertainment. So let's move on to entertainment industry. I know that you all have gone to the music concerts, but or maybe not, but the music concerts can now be held at home by sitting at your home, and you there will be no need for you going to the music concert. You can actually experience the raw experience of going to a music concert just at remaining in home. You can actually go there and experience the adrenaline rush that you feel while in the music concert through VR. Then there is virtual museum to visit on the internet. You could just go to their website, pay the fees, and you can actually visit the whole museum through the experience of VR. So virtual museum is now a thing. Then there are galleries of paintings, photos. Now you can actually auction also through the VR. This VR is actually changing the game right now. Let's move on to gaming industry. Gaming industry is the biggest factor that VR is receiving its fame from. PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, these are bringing the high revenue in the VR industry. You could actually see it in the pictures as well, that in upper side there is people are playing with the VR guns and headsets, and in the picture below it you can see that they are in the game and they can see themselves in that, making it more immersive and more interactive. And in the same sense, it's also becoming more engaging as well. And it's gaming industry is a big industry. By coming from an IT background, it's a good thing for us, as we can be more there will be more employment, as there will be more people playing the game, buying the skins and purchasing the game. So there will be more profit as well to be made. In 2017, the virtual reality gaming industry made 2.2 billion, passed the 2.2 billion marks. But up till 2020, it has actually tripled itself. And games like Beat Saber, which you can actually see in most of the TikToks, Beat Saber has become a sensation in VR industry gaming. Minecraft as well can be played in, and horror games and shooting games can be also played in VR. These are all compatible games. And if you actually can't imagine how can this be, then you can watch the movies like Ready Player One, or the new movie that is coming of Ryan Reynolds, The Free Guy. both are based on virtual reality in the current life situation, and pretty much both are possible right now. Military, the applications of VR in military. Well, I wanted more public right now for this, but I think it's okay. Virtual reality is used in military training for purpose like flight simulation. I wanted to ask that if anybody know that how flight simulation can be implemented, but I think let's get forward to it. Flight simulation is, I think, that for training in military, you need to, for Air Force, you need to fly the aeroplanes, etc. But for training that, you need a real aircraft, and for a rookie, that means a new person, to actually ride an aircraft is quite a risky job. If he faints up in the sky or anything goes wrong, it things could get fatal. So for reducing the risk and as well as cost, flight simulation is implemented, by which you can actually sit at one place, all the controls are in your vicinity, and you can actually control the whole uh, plane by actually sitting there. You can do every single thing by actually visualizing it in front of you. Then there is also combat simulation. Combat simulation in military actually lets you go through various types of instances where you could be told to fight with the other army militants. So different types of situations are given to them. Just like if you have played games like PUBG, etc., you can actually understand there are various situations in which you can be, but in VR you can actually train with this, as you can see in the photos as well. Virtual boot camp is the same thing. You are actually given various types of guns to control, and not you are not actually using the real guns, but you are actually loading and aiming with the virtual reality software, and the guns are actually used for aiming and reloading. All of that can be done through the use of VR. VR also can be used for PTSD. PTSD is a post-traumatic traumatic disorder, which occurs in the military veterans who have suffered a severe loss in their life, for example, loss of a limb or loss of a loved ones in their life. So they go through a trauma. Virtual reality actually helps in this by actually fight their fears or whatever they saw in the battlefield. They let them forget what they saw and soothe their memories and bring them back to their normal condition. It is a really big application. PTSD is actually a very serious issue, and VR actually can help in this situation. Healthcare has a very wide range as a VR application. As uh, for example, if you take an instance like an operation is has to be held on a part of body, and you don't have actual doctor with you who is actually precise or has mastered in that situation, then VR actually helps you with this by contacting to the other doctor and telling him to do surgery from over the seas to your location with the robot. The surgery happens through the robot hands, but from other side the doctor is actually doing the surgery. As you can see in the third photo, the doctor is actually doing the surgery to the other patient in another country. Then if we think about the medical education, you can actually learn from what I call. You could actually learn by dissecting the bodies and all, by knowing what artery or hitting or not hitting, and it saves the body count as well, dead body counts as well, that is needed for experimenting on the people, and it also saves a student from actually getting to the operation of a real person on a real person body. It gives them beforehand that you can do operation on VR and then you can go to real practical. It saves that kind of, and it also gives an idea that where the problem is. For a wider range of application, it is also used for mental treatment, as for some people who are actually paralyzed, they can actually roam around in the whole town with the help of VR. They could actually take a stroll or buy something or talk to someone by the use of VR. This helps in their mental condition, and even the operations which require anesthesia can be reduced by the use of VR. A certain example is that a woman was giving birth, and while giving the birth, she was set up with a VR headset to soothe her mind. So that resulted in the not use of anesthesia. That was a big uh, achievement for the VR industry as well. So I think we should move forward to education section. Education is also having a big part in virtual reality. Actually, after the post lockdown situation is that students are really not trying to learn anything from online classes. They're actually just pushing the classes and just copying the answers if they want to. So this is not actually the right way to actually excel yourself in life. So, but the virtual reality actually brings back the raw feel of learning by actually giving the person in front of you the chance to learn things through the VR. For example, you can actually go visit a volcano or go visit sun in the space by the use of VR, which improves the concentration and interest and bring back the interest to the student which is actually learning it. Then a company called Neopod is actually developing on a software which is a classroom for VR, and we are also trying to make an application which is based on VR and which is going to helping the education system. So we will move forward to why should you pick virtual reality. So there are major factors involved here, as Microsoft, Facebook is also involved, which is actually heavily investing in the VR industry. Microsoft has developed a flight simulator, which is a virtual based application, virtual reality based application, which actually gives you the full control of piloting an aircraft. And it has also acquired a company called Altspace VR, I think, which uses various types of VR application to develop for the Microsoft. Facebook has also promoting a social media VR app, which is known as Facebook Horizon, uh, which will be out in few years. The location-based reality entertainment industry is about to grow 825 millions by 2021. By this means, the location-based virtual reality, I could tell you, like if you go to malls or any tourism place, you could find that AD, 8D, 2D types of theme parks where you actually go and you will see moving chairs and a theater where you were given a ride in the roller coaster to have experience like that. So it's actually can be done with the help of VR and can be made more realistic. And if you want to actually play some games which are actually combat related, you can actually play those games with VR in the mall or etc. So those are the location based virtual reality industry. The virtual reality market is estimated to be 6.1 billion in 2020 and expected to become 20.9 billion by 2025. So this ensures that it's going to grow, and it's going to grow on a larger scale in a very little time. These are some graphs which actually tells you that how much it may grow. Like it's 6.1 through 2017 to 2020, and it would go up to 20% until 2025. These are also the graphs which tell you that how much it can grow over the years. Then the global virtual reality market size is valued up to 15.8 billion. 2020 is expected to grow, as you all know. The COVID-19 outbreak actually fueled this growth, as everybody is sitting at their home. Everybody wants the feeling to go outside but can't have it. So this is the best way to actually get that feeling or everything. Then, however, the surge in demand during the pandemic due to necessity of the companies. It's mainly become the necessity of the companies to actually give the customer what they want in virtual reality. This answers the question that there is actually a job security there, and it, as I have already said, it has all been there in its application has been there in all the fields. So the development is going to happen in these fields, and it's not going back. VR is not going back. It's going to come more with more power, and it's going to be overpowering the artificial intelligence section, because artificial intelligence has been reported as the new new way of IT industry. But for AI as well, included with the AR or VR, is going to be more effective. So they are going to be needing the AI to actually support VR. So this is going to be a coexisting relationship between the two of this. IoT is also going to be there, as new devices is going to be needed for building the new equipments that are necessary. So I think I should stop here and give Manoj to speak on AR. Thank you.
Thank you, Srinivas.
Thank you, ma'am.
Manoj, are you going to speak on the air?
Yes, ma'am. A short note.
It's, yeah, sure.
Srinivas,
Yes, 2 minutes.
could you show? Yeah.
Exiting that. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah, it is visible. So coming to AR, as I guess there might be some gamers here, so they might have an idea about AR and VR, the growth in this industry. And as Srinivas said, the growth has been pumped by this COVID-19 situation, as everyone wants to get out of their house but doesn't want to be interacted with the people. So this is a very big scope for this industry. And as we know, in 2022, AR and VR is going to be launched in very high scale in India itself, in gaming industry as well as in educational industry. There will be a very big hype next year, not in few years. I'm talking about next year itself. So that was the main reason we chose it. And let's get to the point: augmented reality. As the definition itself is about the artificial environment, VR is mostly inside the device, and AR is about outside world and interacting with the outside world. Augmented reality was initially designed for medicine and military and maintenance purpose, but now because of the companies and the global effect, Google and Nokia, Qualcomm, all have invested in it, and also the gaming industry has took it up at a very large scale. Next, please. The by talking about the history, actually AR and VR came up in 1968, 1950s. It is a very big thing. The idea behind 3D display was built up that time with the stereo music system, as you can see in the picture, the head mounted one. Next, please. Yeah, so I'll give a short intro about it. Augmented tracking. As in virtual reality, it's most probably contacted with the living organisms, and we need to track them, their movement. As you have been playing or seen videos about Pokemon Go, we can actually this concept is used in that. While catching the Pokemon, we have to throw the ball, and the Pokeball just falls away sometime. Next, please. The future of AR. Project Glass, as I told, Google is investing it in high categories. The main project aim of this Google Glass was to the main aim was that the augmented reality should be used in daily life. As we have used Google Maps, but most probably because of the driving, we have to keep someone with us to show us the directions. But if we use this Google Glass, it will automatically show us the directions which will be given by the Google Maps. Next, please. Yeah, the same concept. Next. In conclusion, I would like to say augmented and AR and VR. The overall computer presented material is in the top world. The history of AR you have seen, the head mounted display, augmented tracking also. The future of AR, Google Project Glass. And it was just a short intro about augmented reality, because you need to learn get into deep for something greater in this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Manoj. Actually, you both have presented the AR and VR in very nice way, so that the students, those who are listening to you, they will also think, yes, if these two are doing, then we can also think for it. Okay, thank you very much. Now we are having with us Professor Latne. I request Latne sir to give insight to over the AR and VR. Over to you, Latne sir.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Good morning to all. I think the purpose of this particular orientation program is rightly, I think, successful, because Patil madam and both the student from third year, Srinivas and Manoj, both are very nicely presented, give idea about what subject is exactly talking about. And in short, I can say virtual reality and augmented reality both are now upcoming new technologies, and now covering all the almost big market of the industry. All of you are familiar with so many examples of virtual reality examples and augmented. Like you have seen Bahubali picture, where almost 60-70% of the picture is covered with virtual reality. Basically, virtual reality is the things or scene where which is exactly not present. You are just imagining the things. And augmented reality, where you can see the ancient or few year back history. If you add that, that become augmented reality. So those who are having that kind of imagination power, definitely that this subject is food for them. So I think the purpose of this orientation program is successful by both speaker Patil madam as well as Manoj and Srinivas. They have given industry share and which are the applications of this particular one. So I just appeal all the students to opt this particular honor course, so that you will get this minor subject, minor degree course. And about software, simulation software, I think Madam has touched this particular software, Unity software, which is just a drag and drop concept, and you need few knowledge about C++. That's all. As compared to other subject, it requires very less technical knowledge. Just they need your imagination input. That's all. So this is what about all the subject. So I again once again appeal all the student to opt this particular honor course. Thank you, madam. Over to you.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Actually, your insights are covering the whole session. Okay. Thank you. So, just the Latner sir has given the appeal to all the students. And the same line, I would also like to say, creative thinking is the only limitation for AR and VR. The way sir said, it is drag and drop technology. So everything is available on the internet. Just you have to arrange it in the proper order. Actually, in spite of the computer and IT people, they are having the problem in coding. But here we are using simply C++ language. If I know the basics of C and C++, then I can do the programming in Unity also. Okay. So this AR VR is used in the construction industry also. If I'm giving the picture of my home, then the interior decorator will show how my home will look like by putting the adjustable furniture in it. Okay, that means actually taking the furniture to the home and then see how it looks. I can virtually see it. Okay, so I don't know whether is there any architecture student or civil engineer, but in the construction industry also it is used. Okay, it is used in the manufacturing industry, it is used in the healthcare, it is used in the gaming and tourism, as well as it is used in the advancement of the IoT also. Okay, so thank you all the audience for patience listening. If any question from the audience, then we are ready to answer. Any question?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm from SKN. Currently, I'm in BE. We currently don't have any teacher for AR and VR. So, would it be possible for us to attend the classes at SIT?
Sure.